Hello, Tiffany here with Cards Crafty Creations. So today's project is actually a really long project again. I had to speed it up quite a bit just to kind of fit it all in. But it's a project my brother asked me to do for his little boy, or my nephew. And it's a sign. It's going to be a sign that says Remington's Zoo. He wanted a zoo sign because he is currently building something to store all of his stuffed animals in, and he wanted a sign to go with it. And so I said, of course, I'll do that. And I wanted to be sure it was going to be a zoo instead of a circus, because that's what I had in mind when he said it was more of a circus theme, but he said no, a zoo. And so I said okay. And so I decided to go to Hobby Lobby and start looking around to see what options I had for creating this sign. And so pretty much all the materials that I used to make this came from Hobby Lobby, with the exception of the pattern paper. That is a zoo collection that I've had in my stash for literal ages. And I thought it would be a good, I didn't use like the cute pattern parts of it, but I used this part to add the zoo type element. So, and then I thought I would, I was gonna do that draft print. I think that's what it is. That's what I see it as a border, but I also wanted it to stand out a little bit. So I decided to do this green color, since a lot of the embellishments are going to be like, leaves for like the zoo, the jungle, the, I don't know, when I think of zoo, I think of a lot of trees in all of the habitats for them. So anyways, I wanted to have a color to make it stand out a little bit better, and so I thought this was perfect. And then I got a punch out and thought this would be cool because it's kind of like an alligator, the back of the alligator, how it has the points on it. So I don't know, I just thought that was fitting for what I was doing. So actually I went to Hobby Lobby. I got this sign from there, and I got that whole pack of wood letters, which I thought was really kind of cool. I can't remember how many letters come in each of them, but it comes in that little wood box, and you just paint them. Super simple. And now I have a bunch of wood letters for all other projects. My dogs keep walking around because she's restless. So anyway, this is me just trying to put the border around the frame, and then I painted the letters orange, and later on I will go and put a faux stitching on them with a marker. And I will do the same thing for the zoo, which I got those letters also from Hobby Lobby, and I will put an orange faux stitching with an orange marker on those. It takes a long time, and I think I sped that up to like 1500 just because it took so long. But anyways, I do use a lot of glue on this, and when you start seeing me glue all the elements on, I'm using glue and hot glue, so it will have an instant hold with the hot glue, but the liquid glue will hopefully have a lasting hold, because sometimes hot glue will come off. I don't know, like the elements will just come off over time. So that's what I'm doing here. All of the embellishments I actually got from Hobby Lobby in their wood section. They have some really cute and adorable wood cutouts of all types. I have one that's a flying pig. I have one that's a turtle. I have just many of them, and they're not really that expensive. So oh, that was my cat Seeger. He has to check things out and I work in front of a window, so he's got to be checking out the window too. And also on this project, you will notice later in the video that the lighting changes. So as I've mentioned before, I have been redoing my craft room and it is finally complete. This is my first project I'm doing in it, and so what I had done was because my craft room there's this gigantic window, which is what I usually film in front of and craft in front of. Well, Seeger, the cat that you just saw, likes to destroy all the blinds in the house, and the window itself is like, it's 3 parts, but it's about 115 inches big, long-wise. And so the blinds on there are really kind of long, and he has destroyed so many of the blinds, and it's rather embarrassing from the street to see these blinds hanging down, and I taped them back together, but he just destroyed them again. So I decided I wasn't going to have the blinds down while Seeger is still a kitten and wants to play with everything. So I got some privacy film and put the privacy film on the window. That way I can have the blinds up, but people shouldn't be able to see in because it's like a mirror privacy film. So it's altered the lighting that comes into the window for filming, and I really wasn't sure what it was actually going to do, but in this video I figured out what it's going to do. But secondly, I also hit something on my camera and it made a bleep sound, and I don't know if I actually accidentally changed the setting. So the lighting problem in this video could be from privacy film on the window, or it could be because I accidentally hit a button on the camera. I'm not really sure, but the lighting will get really terrible later in the video. I did try to edit it, but that is not my forte. I'm very impatient. I don't know how to edit that part of the videos. So I did the best I could, and hopefully we can still see what is happening, but it has like kind of a weird tint to it. But hopefully after I shot this video and was editing it and determined that yes, there's an issue, I went and changed some settings on my camera, and so hopefully when I shoot my next video I will be able to get that worked out, or I'm going to have to learn how to do color correcting. I'd rather the camera just work. I don't want to spend time color correcting. So anyway, that's going to be later. But so this is pretty much me just putting the embellishments on. Kind of figured out where I wanted those, put the tape there so that I can make them look semi-straight, and glued those on, and then I'll just go after this and start putting on the wood like these are wood elements, so even that little palm tree and the animals, the leaves, those are all wood, and they really aren't that expensive. I want to say it's like, for a bag of these leaves, which I didn't even use all of, was like $2.98 or something. So it's not that expensive. And then these are paper flowers from the scrapbooking area that I got to add more texture, more dimension to it. So anyways, that's about all for this video. I hope you enjoy it, and if you do, please like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.